So, hey guys, I'm going to be doing a tutorial, sort of a tutorial, on how these cheap little infrared remote controllers work. So if you can see, when we press the button, the right one lights up, the left one's broken. You get these from SparkFun for like $3. And this is a nice trick that digital cameras can see infrared. So anyway, this here is how they work. Okay? So we'll set that aside. And bring in my little note sheet here. Anyway, this diagram I wrote is wrong. What they do is they have a positive start bit. And so you're wondering how they do positive and negative when they just have... Sorry, that is what you get when you have a family. Anyway, for binary, obviously you only have 0 and 1. So when you have 38, these things work at 38 kilohertz modulation. So when the 38 kilohertz modulation, it's modulating, up, down, like this, 38 kilohertz, that is the equivalent of transmitting to 0. And when it's not transmitting anything, that's the equivalent of transmitting 1. So they start out with a positive stop bit. So that means they start out transmitting absolutely nothing, just like I have here. Okay? So then they transmit 4 bytes of information, which is usually standard. So, right here we have 0, 1, 1, and then 0. And then they have a positive stop bit. So they would transmit nothing again at the end. So that's pretty much how they work, and they can transmit, they can do positive start bit, 4 bytes of information, positive stop bit, a positive start bit, 4 bytes of information, positive stop bit, etc. They can transmit that over and over again. And so when you're transmitting at the 38 kilohertz, you can get higher current. You can get about 138% of the normal current the LED is supposed to have. You can push 138% of that current in at 38 kilohertz because it's not on the time. It's only on half the time. So that is generally the rule there, is to do about 138%, sorry. So that is how these cheap little IR remotes work, is they transmit at 38 kilohertz. They push the higher current through. They do a positive start bit, 4 bytes of information, and a positive stop bit. And remember, 38 kilohertz is 0, and nothing is a 1. And so that is how something like this will work. I mean, obviously it'll transmit multiple bytes at once, because you can see how long it's taking it. But when it's on there, it looks like it's sort of flashing on and off a bit. That's because it's transmitting the bytes and then the bytes. But when it's actually, it looks like it's just solid on to you guys. It's actually at 38 kilohertz of modulation. And so, that is how these cheap little infrared remotes work. There's a video online, Kenneth Finnegan, I think I'll link it in the description. And as always, it'll be in my website, www.quicknuclearscience.webs.com. And it'll be in the links section there also. Well, actually, his YouTube channel is. But anyway, I hope you like this new tripod I got here. It's really handy for video recording. Anyway, he shows you how to do something like this with a launch pad. And so for this remote, you can receive these cheap little IR remote signals with one of these things. Just one second, let me go get it. One of these things. It's a little cheap receiver you can get at SparkFun, and it can detect the 38 kilohertz, and so essentially it takes away the 38 kilohertz and just leaves you with the 0 and 1. So they're really cheap. Also, they're on SparkFun, and yeah, so they're really nice. So these two, they work really well together. But so yeah, just remember they have a positive start bit, 4 bits of information, positive stop bit. 0 is represented by 38 kilohertz modulation. 1 is represented by pushing absolutely nothing. You can push a bit higher current through with 38 kilohertz modulation than you could normally, because of it's not on all the time, about 138%. So remember to comment, rate, subscribe, go to my website, quicknuclearscience.webs.com. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope you like this new tripod here. So I hope that helped you gain an understanding on how these cheap little infrared remotes work, and go to the video in the description if you want to actually implement this sort of stuff that's in this remote yourself. And I'll link some on my website under files. There'll be some code on how to use this thing actually. on how to use this receiver to detect this remote. So thank you for watching.